guys, Christiana Marie here. I thought it would be fun to do a video of what to expect before and after you have a baby while being in the delivery room / hospital room. Most of these things that I'm going to be touching on are more so related mentally than physically. A lot of what to expect videos have to do with your body and what happens to your body after you have a baby. I won't really be talking much about those things. These things are more so to be prepared with your mind. Just because I am mentioning these things to you does not mean that any of these things are going to happen to you. This is just based off of my personal experience while being in the hospital room giving birth. You guys probably have heard of some of the things that I'm going to be sharing with you today. Hopefully some of these things you haven't heard of, so I can help out a little bit. The first thing that I want to talk about is you cannot eat when you are in labor. This is the one most people know, but I cannot stress enough about how important it is to eat something before you go to the hospital. I know some ladies, they don't have time, they don't have a chance, their labor stories are crazy, and they don't have time to eat, and obviously there's nothing you could do about that, but if you do have time, I would recommend definitely eating. With my first son, I heard a lot about this, and so I made sure to eat a big breakfast, even though it was kind of hard because I was super nervous. I was going in that morning to get induced, and I still ate a big breakfast, and about a half an hour later, I puked it all up. That just goes to show you that even if you try to do this, it may or may not work. The second time giving birth to my son, I had a bar. It was really early in the morning when we went to the hospital, and I just had a granola bar. But that wasn't enough, and I ended up wishing that I ate more. All I ate while being in the hospital was, obviously you guys know, ice chips and water, and that's it. So both times while being in the hospital, I had to wait about 10 to 12 hours until I could eat something. Let's just say I totally picked out right after I gave birth, and I had my brother bring me Wingstop. This is something that most people know, but most people don't think about until you're actually in the hospital room, and that is that you can have some pretty crazy nurses. I will say the majority of nurses that I had were very sweet and polite, and I loved them. I didn't want some of them to leave because what happens is, they change shifts and you will get new nurses throughout the time that you're at the hospital. I did have a couple crazy nurses, and it's just good to kind of be prepared in your mind that you might get a crazy nurse. They might be having a bad day, they might just be not feeling well, you never know, or you just might get a nurse that you don't think likes you too much. I don't know. The majority of the time, like I said, I had great nurses, but I did get a couple crazy nurses that I was kind of like, oh my gosh, are you serious right now? I had a nurse that said she was gonna cut my wedding ring off because I didn't take it off before I gave birth, and also she told me to change my attitude. I was just all over the place, so there's no way I'm gonna change my attitude. My attitude was more so not an attitude, it was just crazy hormones. That's it. Yeah. True story. I know at my hospital you could request a new nurse if you didn't like one, but by the time I even thought about that, her shift was done and it was on to the next one. So there were some nurses though, I just wanted to stay with me the whole entire time while I was at the hospital. They were so sweet. It's still just good to know that everyone's human and you might get a crazy nurse. That's all I'm gonna say. You will not see your doctor until it's time for you to push the baby out. I don't want to say that you never see your doctor because you do. I think I saw him twice. There were a couple times, obviously, we had to tell the nurse, I want to see my doctor ASAP. And, it took a while for him to come, but he did come. Your doctor is mainly there for the birth. I was dilated to 10, and that was it. And he came in, and voila, baby. This is just my experience. Obviously, everybody's doctor is different. Everyone's hospital experience is different. You may be in kind of a birthing center, and I know some people have midwives, some people have doulas. Yeah, different stories, different situations, I get that, but the majority of hospital births, you don't see your doctor until you start pushing the baby out. So to me, I kind of like already knew that, but it kind of kicked in when it actually was like, where the heck is my doctor? Yeah, anyways. This is something good to keep in mind because I like knew it could happen, but I didn't actually think it would happen, and it did, and then it made things kind of crazy, but that is sharing a room. Every hospital's different. I know when I was giving birth to my son, the hospital was kind of busy that day. After I had given birth, I was in my own room for a day, but then the next 2 days, I had to share a room. It was cray-cray because it was so small. Me and another lady shared the same bathroom, and we were trying to obviously get family in to come and see the baby, and it was just tight. And then that kind of created a more chaotic situation. It's obviously a blessing to be able to give birth at a hospital, so sharing a room with someone, it's not that bad, but it would have been helpful for me to kind of prepare my mind beforehand so that I could know that that was a possibility of it happening. But it was all good because we both had our little babies. You may be totally different than me. For some reason, whenever I eat the hospital food after I give birth to my baby, I feel sick. I cannot eat the hospital food. The only thing I ate, I think, was like potatoes, and that's it. Obviously, if I had to eat it, I would have ate it, but I was so thankful and blessed to have so many family and friends close by who offered to bring me food. Of course, I was like, yes, please. So they brought me food, takeout, and it was the best thing ever. I don't know why or what it was, but I couldn't eat the hospital food. Like, I felt sick. It was kind of like morning sickness all over again if I ate the food, or even like the smell of the food when it came in. I was like, I can't do this. I'm not saying my hospital's food was like junky, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So you may or may not be able to eat the food, so I don't know. Be prepared. Bring your favorite snacks along. Make your family and friends bring you takeout. Best thing ever. Last but not least, I wanted to mention that you guys possibly might not get as much privacy as you would like when you're in the hospital room. I was shocked, actually, of how many people come in and out of your room. Some things, okay, I get it. You just had a baby. There's, insurance stuff going on, and there's baby stuff going on. There's health stuff going on. There's tons of stuff going on. So there's things that I'm like, okay, yes, you're gonna have to come in the room, and I'm gonna have to fill things out, sign things, and but many times there were things that people would just come in for that we didn't need. I think one time there was like 5 people that came in our room in a half an hour. We were like, whoa. I'm just telling you this because so you can be prepared to know that this might happen to you, and don't go nuts when it does. I think because of the amount of just everyone coming in the room, like one after another, was kind of like, it was getting to my brain. Just be prepared that you might not have any privacy. And privacy meaning alone time. Like, you will have alone time, but not as much as you would like. Also, if you're breastfeeding and you're one of those people that's like, I'm covering up, no one's gonna see me, forget about that. Because when you're already in the room and you have no privacy and people just come in, it's like, whoa, okay. Whatever, did you hear the memo? Like, I'm breastfeeding. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. You are gonna have to plan things better if you are that type of person. Okay guys, thanks for watching this video. That is the end. Obviously, there's a lot more I can say, but I wanted to keep it kind of short. I'm never gonna be able to get past this part. I wanted to keep it short and just keep it kind of on things that you might not expect that would happen to you.
Play with your toy, toy with your toy.
I hope that some of these things might come in handy or help you be prepared for that day when you give birth to your baby. Please let me know if you want me to do another what to expect video, perhaps the more physical what to expect part. Please like this video, comment, and subscribe to see more videos like this coming up. I hope you guys are having a great day, whatever you may be doing, and I will see you in the next video.